Aaron was a gamer. When the game came, the chips were on the line, he dug in real deep. Real deep.
2 balls, 2 strikes the count. 1 strike away from a Class M baseball championship for Farmington. There it is! Farmington is the Class M baseball champions for 1991, beating Messinic 2-0 here at Memorial Park in Laconia.
He just stepped up and mowed him down. From that game, I can tell you there was so much confidence when I was going behind the catch. I wasn't worried about what I called to throw, because it didn't matter. He was going to throw it. It was going to be hard. His curve was deadly. So, you know, a lot of people talk about how fast he threw and everything, but his curveball was, devastating.
My feeling at the time was there's no team in Class M that's going to beat Aaron Hagar. Aaron went on the mound. You knew that he was focused on that game.
The beauty of him is it wasn't just his pitching. He was an excellent shortstop and always our best hitter. So, I mean, you needed him in the lineup.
He was just a dominating pitcher, hitting a great fastball, curveball, and again, he was just so calm on the mound. You know, he just had that. You know, he was that poker face. You know, his expression was the same.
I remember Aaron just a cool customer. Not much seemed to faze him.
He never seemed nervous. He might have been, but man, he never showed it. Calm, cool, and collected.
I don't think I ever saw him smile. He just took it so seriously, and he was all business.
He just would be kind of expressionless, but get the job done over and over and over, whether it was basketball or baseball.
He was a very even-keeled athlete anyway, but in basketball in particular, he just didn't get rattled at all. You know, he could score, he could rebound, you know, usually the best defender on the floor for us.
He could handle the ball, he could shoot from the outside, he could score from the inside, he was a great foul shooter, and the guy played with such calm.
Tougher on himself than anybody else. If he was having a bad moment, Blackie, you go take care of it. You know, and that was kind of the relationship.
He was intense in terms of wanting to do well, and when he wasn't doing well, he'd get fairly upset.
You know, Aaron needed his space. Scott understood that. We all learned to understand that. But boy, when the game was on the line, guess who wanted the ball? Aaron.
Aaron was a well-rounded athlete in many ways. A gifted pitcher.
I would call Aaron Hagar the best three-sport athlete of the 90s. I've always felt that way.
One of those athletes that's just, you know, good at everything. Hey, you want to go play pool? He'll probably beat you. You want to go play ping pong? He'll probably beat you. I mean, it's just how he was.
Any sport, he'll pick up and he'll play it well. He's just a natural athlete. I play golf with him down the country club, and God, I know my eyes are getting bad, but I almost can't see the ball because he hits it out of sight. I mean, he hits a long ball.
Excellent golfer, and led his team to, you know, several 20-plus win seasons in the state tournament.
There are some people that are born with athletic gifts. And he's one of them. He could pick up any ball or stick or anything that involves a sport that he'd never played and probably dominate at it. Throw a pair of skates on him and he'd probably dominate in hockey. If there had been 4, 5, or 6 sports that he could have played in high school, he probably would have been the best 6-sport athlete. We now travel to a time where baseball had just been a game that you play in the spring to something very much more. In the early 1990s, there was no Farmington Sports Hall of Fame yet on the horizon, but if there had been, no one would have disputed that this young man was destined for it. Aaron Hagar, the son of legendary baseball coach and Hall of Famer Dave Hagar, and the nephew of a member of our inaugural Hall of Fame, the legendary Mouse Hagar, was destined for greatness. and he became more than great. Aaron was a standout in any sport he attempted, but he made his mark in golf, basketball, and of course, the sport that he helped put on the map here in town, baseball, leading his team to the first ever in 1991 Class M State Baseball Championship. As Hall of Fame coach Mike Lee pointed out, when the game was on the line, you put the ball in this guy's hands. Aaron was blessed with athletic gifts that most athletes long to have. Those gifts were shaped and molded with the help of his family, his teammates, a little baseball field we like to call the 500, the Babe Ruth Field, and Farmington High School. He was one of those small hometown gifts. As soon-to-be Hall of Famer and teammate Blackie Smith pointed out, if you decided to play any game against Aaron Hagar, you were probably going to lose. I once thought about playing golf, and Aaron invited me to play with him and Jeff Brownell. I was searching for that sport that I could stand out in. I'm still searching. Might I suggest to anyone interested in that game, if you want to feel good about yourself out on the course, those two might not be the ones that you want to start out with, especially the 2017 Farmington Country Club champion. I was proud to call the Hagar house one of my second homes growing up, spending so much time with Aaron, his sister Amy, Mom Diane, and of course his dad Dave. And it was always fun times with his grandparents Lorette and Fuzzy too. And I am 100% certain that they are smiling down right now on their brand new Hall of Famer. I want to share something with Aaron and with you, Scott, as well. When we inducted Larry Lover 2 years ago, we invited Dave down to KJ's home to do an interview so that he could talk about his coaching colleague and friend. After the interview, we sat in KJ's kitchen talking, and I did something that day that I've never done before. I told Dave that we had already begun making decisions about the class of 2018 and that Blackie and Aaron would be inducted next. He was so elated, so proud, and very emotional. He knew that you were going in, Aaron. He knew. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the best three-sport athletes ever at Farmington High School, and your next inductee, Aaron Hagar.
Well, that was a little emotional, if no one you know me. But I would like to say good evening to everybody. And I'd also like to congratulate all the inductees that are here tonight. Oh. Let's start by saying that this induction to the Hall of Fame is one of the most prestigious things that I've been a part of. It was also 6 years ago a big part of my life when my dad got it. Oh, sorry. I would also like to thank all of the Hall of Fame committee for acknowledging everything and all my sports achievements. Also Dave Wims, my coach, and especially my catcher, Scott Blackie. This is a remarkable night for me, and I would like to thank my family for all that support. You've always been there through thick and thin for me, and I appreciate that. Mom, I appreciate all them bus drives, craziness on the bus, and of course, my dad is now gone and passed. He's very missed. I just want to thank everybody that put this night together. It's a remarkable night for me and a very emotional night as well. So thank you very much, everyone.